Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sammy and today I'm going to be using the Malibu Barbie palette by ColourPop. And if you want to know how I got this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so first we're gonna go in and prime our eyelids first. And I'm just laying down some concealer so those shadows can stick well. And I'm just gonna blend that out with a blending brush. I'm just going to lay down a little bit more concealer. Definitely love a lot of concealer. And it's okay if it kind of like goes over on the outer part of the eyelid. We're going to use foundation anyway, so that doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to go into this shade here called Boardwalk and I'm going to put that in my crease. I'm just going to tap off the excess. So first impression, it's a little light, which is fine because you don't want it to be overpowering in the crease because we're going to build this up and we're going to use like a lot of different shadows in this palette. But it's a pretty settled, kind of like a peachy tone color. And I'm just going to keep blending that into the crease and just working it in. And I'm kind of just like working in and like flaring it out a little bit because I kind of want to go for like more of a dramatic eye. Okay, and I'm just going to go on the other side and do the same. Work that into the crease. I love ColourPop shadows. I think they're gorgeous and very affordable brand. So you can't complain because I mean, having an affordable product and it works well and it performs well, it's a win-win. Okay, so now that our crease is done, I'm gonna go into this shade here, which is Best Coast, which is like a really pretty pink, like a bold pink color. And if you notice, it has the cutest like little heart symbol indented into the palette, super cute. So I'm just going to take that, and this time I'm going to be working with like a smaller brush and a more precise to get into the outer corner. So I'm just going to work that into the outer corner and just kind of blend that in. You definitely have to build it up to get that extra color payoff, but at least it's buildable. And I'm just going to be careful to make sure that I don't take that color too far up. But I'm just kind of like outlining like exactly like where my crease area is and just making sure that I'm blending those edges out. Alright, and now we're going to hop on over to the other side and do the exact same. I actually really like these colors. This would be like a really pretty like summer palette for summertime. Alright, so I know it looks a little crazy right now, but promise it's gonna like all come together. So next I'm just gonna put some concealer on a brush and I'm gonna outline my inner corner. And I'm gonna create a cut crease. And you wanna make sure that you're exactly getting the shape of your eye and not like going too far up. Alright, so next we're going to go into this shade here, Vintage Doll, which is a really pretty light shimmery pink color, and we're going to take that into the inner corner. I really love this pink shade, it's so pretty. It's like a very soft and subtle pink, very pretty. Yeah, I definitely like these colors together, and I'm gonna actually work them in, so like we'll take care of like the outer corner part and blending it in. But first impression, I really like the light pink color, it's super pretty. And I'm just gonna work that in to kind of just like blend everything together and make sure there's like no like rough edges. Alright, so I'm going to go back into the shade Boardwalk, and I'm going to take that into my crease, just because we kind of lost that color a little bit from all the other shadows. And I'm just going to work that color back into my crease, just so that way we can kind of pick that shade up just a little bit more. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some eyeliner and just line the top lid because we're going to apply lashes. I'm just going to coat my natural lashes before I apply the false lashes. And I like to do about like 2 coats on each lash, just to make sure that when I apply my false lashes that it all like blends evenly and well. Okay, so lashes are on. They're definitely a little bit more dramatic lashes than I typically go for lately. I kind of been like wearing more like simple lashes just because my eyes have been a little sensitive lately, but I definitely love how they look. I think they're very wispy and full, so definitely goes perfect with our look today. Okay, so now I'm gonna move into complexion, and I'm just gonna take some of my foundation and I'm just going to put that on. This color may look a little too like yellowy for me, probably because of the lighting and everything, but I promise you this is the foundation that I wear. So I'm just gonna like blend this out. I put a little bit too much on like in the beginning, but that's okay. We will make it work. You gotta get like around the ears, the under eye. Get the chin. And get around the neck. Blend that out. I like to get like into the hairline just to make sure that really blend it out. Alright, now I'm going to go in the concealer and I'm just going to conceal the under eye area, a little bit around like my nose. So, go in here. So I definitely like to go like here and then there, just because it kind of like lifts your face a little bit instead of like kind of like dragging it all the way down. It just, to me, like I feel like if you mark it here and then like right there near your nose, you kind of like, it lifts your face a little bit. I'm just gonna blend that out. And take the leftover on my brush and kind of like go over my nose a little bit. Alright, so now I'm just going to take like a powder brush and then I'm just going to powder my face, because if I don't do that, my makeup's going to be like moving all over, so we don't want that. I'm just going to blend that. You gotta make sure you get the nose. All right, now, so I'm gonna go in and do my brows. I'm just gonna take like a brow pencil, which has like a spoolie on the end, and I'm just going to go ahead and like brush my brows out. Take the brow pencil, and I'm just gonna line them. I'm gonna go ahead and fill them in. Sometimes it could be like a little difficult to do my brows. I'll be honest, like I have a love-hate relationship with my brows because they're not very full, so sometimes they could be like a little hard to work with, depending on like what product I'm using. Alright, so now that brows are down, we're going to go ahead and move into bronzer, and I'm just going to like bronze my face and warm it up. Kind of get like around the chin, the jawline, and then the temple. This is just to add like some warmth to the face. Definitely love like my bronzer. I just feel like it makes everything look better and like come together. Okay, mistake number one. Going a little heavy. You can kind of just take like your foundation brush and just kind of like blend that out. so that way it's not like going crazy and looking terrible. Definitely went in a little too heavy, but alright, going into blush, I'm just gonna take it more in the upper part. If you see me like looking over there, like I'm looking at my viewfinder, I'm just making sure like I'm in frame and that. Alright, now I'm going to take some of my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and I'm going to go ahead and spray my brush. And this is my highlighting brush. And I'm going to take some of my highlight and then apply it on the upper part of my cheek. Definitely pretty. And I love putting highlight like on my nose. I don't know why I like that, but I love it. I think that's like my favorite part. Alright, now I'm gonna take a smaller brush, more like a, kind of like an inner corner brush. I'm going to take more of that highlight and I'm going to put it in the inner part of my inner corner just to kind of make my eyes pop a little bit more. Take that highlight and I'm going to put it in my brow bone. I'm gonna go into this really pretty yellow shade here called West Coast, and I'm gonna take that into my lash line. I feel like you can barely see it. I know I can see it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it on camera. It's not like the most yellow shade there is, but let me see if I can work it in. It's a very settled yellow. Alright, I'm going to go back into the shade West Coast, which is right here, and I'm going to pick that shade up and I'm going to put that more in the outer part of my lash line just to kind of give it a little bit more dimension. Okay, that's definitely looking a little better. I kind of wish I didn't go in with the yellow, to be honest with you, but I don't think it looks terrible. It's just It's a little bit more of like a dull yellow for me, so I wasn't expecting it to be kind of a little bit more on the duller side. I thought it was gonna be a little brighter to kind of give a pop of color. I was gonna like work with the blues and everything in this palette, but like blues definitely intimidate me. I'm not normally like a blue eyeshadow kind of girl. I just seem to like not be able to work with it for like my eyes. I mean, I think the color is beautiful, but it's just not a color that I gravitate towards. Oranges are kind of the same thing, not really a color I gravitate towards, but if you want to like add it in like as a pop of color, sure, that's fine. It's like a really pretty pink. Can I go with the look? I'm gonna go in with like a really pretty shimmer shade just to kind of give it a little bit more of a pop. All right, last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and set the makeup. Alright, that's a completed look. I really love how the colors turned out together. I know I'm definitely like a pink girl, so I kind of gravitate more towards the pink colors in the palette. But I think this one here is a really great palette to have just for like, you know, if you want to pop a color and you have like some neutral tones, you have like a little bit of everything. And I actually do like the pigmentation. I will say you have to kind of build it up, but it's really good to like blend out, and I didn't have an issue with that in the palette. And I love the shimmers I did use in the palette, and I think it's just a really great staple to have in your collection. Not to mention, I love the packaging of the palette. I think it's super cute. I love the retro Malibu Barbie theme to the packaging. I think it's definitely adorable, and I really like how ColourPop incorporated that into their collection. I know I didn't have all of the products in the collection, and this one is actually older. It came out a year ago, so I just got it, and I really like it. I think I'm definitely going to be using this palette a little bit more often for some really pretty summer looks. So yeah. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and before you leave, if you can go ahead and subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.